Hello YouTube. This game requires more context than you would assume. So I played this game yesterday after I lost a 4-game match and went to my lowest point in years. I am now currently rated 1972 and I was 1996, and I was already what I thought at an all-time low. And I was deciding how I wanted to handle this, and I looked at my graph yesterday. So if you take a little look here, first rating 461. Anytime I made any sort of serious jump, I have to lose almost all my rating points before I go up again. And this has happened time and time again. I go down and then I go up. I go down, I go up. I go down, I go up. Down, up, down, up. And this has been just what I do. But when I hit 2000, for some reason I just was like, no, I can't ever go below 2000 again. And I start forming bad habits. I stop improving. The big green thing was the pandemic. Didn't play for 2 years, but even besides that, I haven't been going down, and I think that's really been damaging the way that I have been improving, the rate at which I'm improving, which is 0. So, before this game, I had a lesson, and I was telling the guy, I was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna embrace it. I'm gonna embrace that plummet. I'm just gonna, whatever my rating is, this is a reflection of my life and my actual chess skill. It shouldn't be my worth, it's just a reflection. A way to pair me better. It's not my worth, okay? It's just like your weight is not, that's just a reflection of how you're living your life. If you hate that reflection, then you don't like how you're living your life, etc., etc. So, I registered for a tournament. It's a lot like the Denver Chess Club, where you play one game every Tuesday. It's like game 60 with a 5-second increment. So stupid time control, pretty fast, something I'm really bad at. But I registered for it because I'm like, I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna play it however low I go, that's fine. I just need to completely stop caring about my rating if I'm ever gonna get over this plateau that's been going on for 5 years. I hit 2000 when I was 16 years old, and I'm 22 now. That's insane. I did not think it would happen so effectively and so quickly. We're gonna play a little game of Guess the Elo with my opponent, and maybe a little Guess the age as well. I had the white pieces. I played d4, knight f6, c4, e6, g3, bishop b4, knight d2. I played this line because it's a little less common and I don't really know theory, so I figured that would be the better thing for me to do. d5. The exact move order of the opening, I had to import this from memory. It might be the move order is slightly different, but you get to the right position. Bishop g2, castles, knight f3, b6, takes, castles, bishop b7. So normally when I get a structure like this, my knight is on b1 and I play knight c3, bishop f4, rook c1, and I quite enjoy these positions. I usually do very well in these structures. Because black sometimes gets hanging pawn structure, and you just put your rooks on c1, d1, and you play chess, and bishop's good. The light square bishop's a little better than this one because it's defended, etc., etc. But here, I didn't really know what to do. I played knight e5, which is the most played move in the database, and also the best move, because it's the only way to make this knight useful. This knight is not good where it is. It's not doing anything, so the only way to make the knight good is to put it on f3. And if I don't do it right now, they'll play knight d7 and they'll stop me. So I felt like knight e5 was forced. Knight d7, knight f3. Very logical. Rook e8, queen c2. I was told that queen c2, people didn't like queen c2. I was trying to figure out what I did wrong, and I was having so much trouble. I couldn't figure out what I did wrong. Queen c2 is fine. It's perfectly fine. It's just as good as any other move. Bishop g5. I played queen c2 because I thought it was quite flexible. I didn't know where I wanted my dark squared bishop to be yet. Queen c2, the c2 square is where the queen goes in the Catalan. In general, there could be tactics tied in with knight g5 and f7. I thought it made sense. And it's a fine move, so that's not my mistake. We're also going to figure out, where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong in this game? I don't know, okay? Bishop d6. He's attacking my knight. He wants to win a pawn. I just play bishop f4. Again, another best move. Queen e7. And here I was at a big decision point, and I was starting to feel like maybe I had done something wrong, which is going to lead me to do something wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. The natural move would be to play rook c1 or either rook to c1. Because this can't be captured, because I mean there were calculations involved, and I was trying to calculate, like, oh, he can't take that way, but like even if he takes this way, like I'm gonna win. Yeah, like his queen's in front. Yeah, you get it. So this isn't a real threat, so I should just play rook c1. I did something weird, man. I can't play the move knight c6 because if queen takes e2. Also, the knight's not really doing anything there. I played the move knight takes d7, which is fine. And my thought process was, if he takes with the knight, then maybe I take on d6, queen takes d6, e3. This looks pretty solid to me. Him being left with the light squared bishop like that versus mine, I feel like this is going to be really, really easy positional stuff for me to play. Plus, his knight can't come to e4 anymore. And it kind of has to stay on this passive d7 square if it doesn't want my knight to come to e5. So I thought that he had to take with the queen, which he does, and he did. And then for the chat, another question. Would you play knight e5 here, or would you take on d6 and then play knight e5? Or would you do something else? Bishop takes, then rook c1. Yeah, that's valid. I do think it just comes down to style on how you want to play the position. They're both fine. I do think that taking is a little better. The reason I didn't was, I don't know, I must have had some reason. I don't know why I didn't. Again, kind of a fast time control, so I don't know if this was one of the cases where I just made a move because it looked normal-ish. Now I play rook c1, but after c5 I'm starting to really dislike my position. I'm feeling kind of stupid. I was really starting to feel like my position sucked. It's not that bad, but black is a little bit better. I play knight d3, which is best. And I was expecting bishop takes f4. And, you know, I'm defending this pawn, I'm attacking this pawn. This pawn is potentially a target. I felt like this was okay for me. In fact, this is kind of what I was hoping for. But he played a move that surprised me. He played c4, which I thought was just making a target. But there's actually no real good way to take advantage of it. Another question, knight e5 or takes then knight e5. Do you want the dark squared bishops or not? Take the bishop? Yeah, I took the bishop. A little tactic here, you know, this is simple counting, but I am up a piece here. Or I'm not up a piece, I'm up a pawn. I'm good at simple counting, but like pawns, you know, like white's winning. White might as well be up a piece. So he takes, now I go knight e5, and he just plays queen e7, which is cringe, I think. It's like the most solid move you can possibly play because you're defending your bishop. You know, like knight takes c4 is not a tactic anymore. So I played e3, b5, b3, rook c8, and what the fuck do I do here? What the fuck do I do? What did I do wrong that my position is this bad? And how what do I do? Don't listen to Cheese being mean. You're made of Elo. Yes. Like, how does this make sense that his position is so good? I couldn't come up with shit here. Like, I could throw a4 in. I don't see how this helps me. Because now I still have to find a move here. f3, e4. I don't know, that seems pretty weakening. I mean, maybe he can even just go c3 at this point. So, like, psychologically, I am struggling here. I just took and played e4. And he played, like, okay, knight d7. It's, like, it's not the strongest move, but it's good enough. Takes. Now I'm starting to see, like, a clear plan to probably outplay him. White to play here. Like, how should white continue? He gets his pawns going, I'm lost. I played rook fd1, he went rook c7, which I was not impressed by. And now I play like, at this point I'm like, here's what went on in my head. I was like, my position started to go to shit when I was thinking. So I played this move instantly, I played this move instantly, this move instantly, I played d5 instantly, which is best. I played queen c3 instantly, which is, I think, probably the best move, because you're just controlling the dark squares. If I want to advance these pawns, they need to do it on the dark squares, you know? Your merch store's bugged. So sorry. Coming soon. Queen d6, queen d4. Played this move instantly as well. And now I think white's actually closer to being better. Like, I improved my position so much without thinking. I'm just playing my instinctual moves. Rook c8, e5. And here, like, where does he put his queen? If he goes here, I go like here or something, and bishop h3. Or so I thought. Or like h4, king h2, rook, bishop h3 is probably stronger. If he does, like, where does he put his queen? You know, I'm starting to really break through. Played this move. Oh, we did play that move. I went queen h4. Oh yeah, and I should say that if he goes here, he's just lost because of d6. And then I like take on b7, and I go here, and then if here I take. So like the pawns are, you know, like I'm breaking through. But he went here. I went queen h4, and then he played queen d8, which I didn't see was possible. And then I just like confused the hell out of myself and played an insane move. And the thought process behind the move, okay, was I'm running low on time. We're gonna find out what my real strength is. I'm gonna play this move because I calculated it. I think it works. And I need to trust, I'm learning to trust myself, right? I can't keep talking myself out of things. So I played the move e6. Based on the calculation that if queen takes h4 takes, I have bishop h3 pinning the pawn to the rook. And if bishop takes, I play rook takes, bishop e6 check, picking up one of the guys, and I'm up a piece. Doesn't e6 hang d5? How? Like, okay, how do you want to... So you take with the bishop? Take on f7, this is pinned. The king has to move somewhere. There, maybe? I'm gonna take on h7. And then, I don't know, something simple, like just queen h5. Black's lost. Oh, you mean here? Queen takes e5 hangs the bishop. Sorry, I just assumed you did the notation wrong. I should just play something simple, like queen f4 here, by the way. And I am pressing for a win. But I was like, okay, this calculation works. And then he took here, and I realized that if I play bishop h3, he can just take with the bishop, and then take with the pawn. I didn't see that he could take with the pawn, and I'm lost here. So then I'm just lost. It's like, why did I do that? So then I played this endgame. Apparently if I play a4, I can hold. Because if a6, rook d6, and if b5, I take on c4. I didn't see that. So I just went rook e1, and I tried, you know, like, there are some scenarios where I thought this was very clever, like I take, and I'm still on the circuit. If I can win this pawn, you know, like if I can do that and trade these pawns, and like take here, and then he goes in here, and then, you know, and then just draw because king can't get out. You know what I mean? Like, that's the endgame I was aiming for. So like, for instance, if he takes, like here he has way too many pawn, so it doesn't work. I went here though. Like if he goes like here and here, 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 no. You know what I mean though? Like he's too fast. He's too dang fast. But like I was still trying to make it work. But it's like the boy is cracked. Because then he just goes here. You know? Anyway, I lost. And He just promoted the pawn. Alright, so it's time to guess what my opponent was rated. I'll show you the graph. My guess, 1500 USCF, 11 years old. Get your guesses in. 1670 USCF, 1500. My opponent was 5 years old and rated 1400. I don't think he was actually 5. He was probably like 10. He was very small, but like... This was a 1400 rated player. I'm gonna lose like 25 points for this. Minimum, maybe. We going down! We are embracing the plummet. The next games you're gonna be seeing from me are probably gonna be a lot of losses, and I'm just gonna not get upset at myself for the number going down, because I feel like all that... it needs to happen. I think resisting it is the problem. Like, part of me is like, oh, but what if I just drop down to 1800 and I hit my floor and I never go back up? Yeah, that might happen. I don't think it will, but it might.